Greetings friends, and welcome to Live from the She Shack with Donna. My name is Donna and I'm coming to you tonight from Pierre, South Dakota, located on the beautiful Missouri River. You can see the Missouri River right out this window or right behind me, and if you look up in the sky you can see the geese flying and you'll definitely hear them talking to us. So this is Flosstube number 4. I have been absent for about 9 months. So tonight I thought I would take a few minutes and catch you up on what I've been up to. This Flosstube tonight will just be my works in progress, and I'll probably do another video to show you the projects that I completed in 2020. I think I framed about 12 cross-stitch projects, so did more than I thought, but still didn't think I accomplished a lot. I was lucky enough to get to attend the Midwest Cross-Stitch Retreat in Amana, Iowa in November. It was a small group, but it was really, really fun. I had a wonderful time, met many wonderful new people, and got to see old friends. My friend Jean went with me, and we had a really nice time. So thank you to our hostess, Michelle. She does an absolute amazing retreat. Look forward to the next one. So our guest designer there was Teresa Vanette from Shakespeare's Peddler, and she had a little pop-up cross-stitch shop. And this first project is something that I'd been looking at for a while, but I saw that she had it, so I thought it would be a great project to do this winter. And that project is called Spot Motif Embroidery, circa 1640. This is a pretty good size project, but I really was drawn to all the blue and green. It is absolutely amazing. Love it. So it is quite big. So I may have to stand to show this to you. See Miss Katie Cat back there? Remember Katie? Can you say hi, Katie? Not really. So here is my progress so far. So I haven't completed much, but my intention is to outline everything, and then once everything is outlined, to fill in kind of color by number. So this piece of material you're seeing here is only half the size of the sampler. So it's going to be pretty substantial. While I was shopping at Teresa's store, she had a bunch of linen, and I'm sorry, the name has just escaped me right now, from XJU Designs. So this is I believe this is a 36 count. I'll put the name of the fabric or the linen down below, and I'm just using DMC colors, but I really like the variegation in it. And one of the reasons I chose to use this color is because the background of this sampler is actually all filled in. And the color they used to fill that in is 822, DMC 822. So instead I chose to do a hand-dyed fabric. There are, as you can guess, a lot of threads. I'm out of practice at this, so my apologies. So here are the DMC threads that go with it. Aren't they gorgeous? Just amazing colors. Really like the blues. There's purples in there. Look at the yellow, the orange. It's just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to getting back and working on that. It is nice, and the XJU material linen is, if you've ever used Silk Weaver, it reminds me of Silk Weaver. And an array of amazing colors and sizes, so something for everybody. So try some XJU Design, it's really wonderful stuff. I'm going to pack as I go, so my apologies if it's a little slow. One of my sister's project bags. You can really see the quilting on that. Always fun. So that was 1640 spot motif embroidery. My next project is my long dog sampler. I think many of you have seen this before in my past videos. I have not done much on this. I did do a little. Probably about halfway through on this one. That one is called, I apologize, I'm trying to light here to make it a little bit lighter, but I'm getting a little bit of a glare. And I can't say the name of that, so Bois du Lac, my apologies. That's the sampler. And this is all being done on one color of DMC. Takes about 16 skeins. And it's been so long since I've looked at this, I got a cheat. It is 3685 is the DMC color that this is being, that we use here. Pretty true representation of the color. So that is my next sampler. This is a project that I don't have much done on, but this was a kit from the Country Sampler. It was a schoolgirls 2019 by Shakespeare's Peddler. This is Maria Finney. Maria Finney. I don't have much done on her. Just basically have the border done on that. Again, this was a kit from Country Sampler. This I think is done on Weeks straw. Haven't accomplished much. Boy, I'm having a time of it. Maria Finney. So something is just scared of the geese. You'll hear them. I never tire of that sound. It's been really nice here in South Dakota. We've had, the last week it's been almost 70 degrees every day, which is highly unusual for us. Our winter is not usually this mild. We had a 2-week really cold snap when the rest of the U.S. did, but otherwise it's been unseasonably warm here. So the geese are not sure if they're supposed to be flying south or if they're supposed to be staying here. So it's been really fun to listen to them squawk back there. My next project is Amirabilia. This is Santa's Magic. I have not worked on this in a long time, but I thought I would show everybody anyway. This is using the DMC colors in the called for linen. I think I started this project in the year 2000. We got bogged down because there's a lot of Krynic on here. This is all Krynic, and most of it, what is left, is Krynic, and it's hard for me to work on with that anymore. But that is Santa's Magic. Was on kind of a Mira kick. My next project is the Feather Fairy. I again didn't make much progress on her. She is probably 3/4 of the way done, and I just need to finish her. She also is being done on the called for linen, which I honestly started her so long ago I can't remember. I think I started her when I went to stitching at the beach, which I think was in 2015 or 16. Anyway, she's really pretty. I absolutely love the blue in her feathers. when I get her out and look at her, I need to get after her. I need to get working on her. I really do love her. I miss working on my mirrors. It's been a long time since I've worked on mirrors. So it's time that I get back to them. Here's the DMCs. I guess I didn't show the colors on that. She's just got a lot of really beautiful colors. And then I get to bead on her. I actually really like to bead. If you're new to cross stitching out there and you've never beaded before, it's wonderful. I really do enjoy it. I hope everybody else enjoys beading, or if you've never tried it, you should try beading on something. I really like working on Amirabilia, so there is a lot of beading on there. My next project is one that my friend Kathleen from Kathleen's Tried and Trail sent to me back in, I think, February of this year. I could have that off. Anyway, this is Luminous Fiber Arts, Coffee First. When we first met in the morning, our other friend Dory and Kathleen and I would get up and have coffee and think about cross stitching, but would usually just catch up with each other's lives. So she sent this to us, and we were doing a stitch along on this. Haven't made much progress on this one either. I do know that this is 28 count Regency by Picture This Plus. It's kind of got a green tone on it. It is very nice. Here are the colors that go with it. So some really fun, bright, beautiful colors. I can't wait to use more of that purple. Really like it. So a fun stitch along. I haven't stitched on 28 count in a really long time, so it was hard to do that, and it was hard to use 2 threads, but it wasn't as bad as I predicted it was going to be, and I have been really enjoying that. So this next piece is by Glendon Place. It is called Give Thanks. This is being done on a piece of 28 count Cyprium by Picture This Plus. Here are the flosses that go with it. These are wildflowers, so they're a little bit thicker. So anything over 28 count was really hard to work with, so I eventually settled back on that. But the Cyprium, you can see, is kind of a brownish, peachy tan. I love this fabric. It's beautiful. And that's actually being done with this variegated floss right there. So that is a variegated floss, so you can really see the effect on that one. My plans all completely fell apart here. This, I haven't even worked on this one. This was going to be my pandemic stitch. This is by Lavender and Lace. This is Angel of the Morning. And I hand dyed a piece of material because I didn't care for the blue that it came with. It didn't look like this. It was a lot lighter. And I had every intention of working on this, but you know how it is. Sometimes you get in the zone and sometimes you lose interest. So I have done just a tiny, tiny bit on her. My next project is called One Nation by Bygone Stitches. Haven't worked on this very much. This has only 3 colors in it. This is on Exemplar 40. It's a nice stitch. It's not too hard to do. Very enjoyable. So my next project is another Amirabilia. I did stitch on her a little bit, not enough. So I do need to get back and work on her some more. So almost all of my Amirabilias are fairies, with the exception of this one, At the Met. and I really love her. I can't wait to get to beading and doing the metallic on the edges around there. She's just stunning. I really love her. She's got a great palette of colors. Here's where I'm at on her. There's her colors. See if I can hold it up. This is also done on Cyprium. This is 32 count. Those are the threads that go with her. And most mirrors have some type of specialty thread, a watercolor. This has got the water lilies, beautiful green color. There's the other water lilies. So she does a nice combination of variegated and DMC. So my next project is Red Riding Hood by the Primitive Hare. I haven't worked on her very much. I need to get back to this one. She's done on doubloon, 40 count. I've actually started and finished some projects that I won't even be showing you until I get to the framed part. So while my intentions were good to try to work on some of my whips, I don't know if I got bored or just wanted to do something different, but I ended up deviating from my plan substantially. And I got myself completely out of order there. So this, I really like this one a lot. This is Ink Circles, Little Alien Schoolgirl Sampler. I just really, really love the colors on this one. It's just a really fun sampler. I started up at the top. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten very far. Started with my second color there. This is being done on 40 count vellum by Picture This Plus. Really like this material too. And this has just got a fabulous palette of colors. I think that's what really drew me to this, is the colors. It's just a lot of different colors you don't traditionally see together, really bright colors. I love the purple and the blue, the greens. Great colors, kind of Southwest. See that kind of terracotta, got that nice tealy green there. So that is Ink Circles Little Alien Schoolgirl. Interesting story. If you go into Ink Circles, you can read all about that sampler. If I remember, I'll put a link down below. So the next project is actually a project that I did start this year. I started this right before I went to the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat. This is one that I've only seen one person do, and that is Stitching Jewels. And it's been a while ago, but I fell in love with it. This is Schoolhouse Stitch Works, called E Pluribus Unum. And while I really liked the gingham that they worked on, I hand dyed a piece of material myself. The second star here was an experiment of a second color I was considering, but I did go ahead and choose this color. I really like this stitch too. Sometimes I really like to just do a monochromatic stitch. And this is being stitched with Color in Silk Patriots Blue. So that is Color in Silk's Patriot Blue. Very, very slight variegation in that, but I really do like that. So if you're looking for something patriotic to stitch, it's kind of out of the ordinary. This is a different pattern, but a great pattern. Some are Stitch Works, some are House Stitch Works. been so long since I've looked at these, it's kind of a surprise when I actually open this up. This is, I'm going to slaughter the name of this too. And I do not have a picture of this. Yes, I do. This is Virulence Sampler, 1816. Really like that one. This came out of the Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. Really do like that. I bought the CD for that, and I really do like that magazine. I have shown this one before. I've just done a little bit more of a motif on that, but this is silk from, sorry, bad at names again. She's from Australia, but I got a whole hank of this purplish, beautiful, beautiful silk thread. If you've never tried to stitch on silk or with silk thread, you need to try it. It's amazing. I really love the feeling of it. It's hard to tell on these motifs. So this is actually an angel right here. That's the newest motif I stitched on here. So this is also a piece of material that I hand dyed. I used snow, boiling water, a couple different techniques, some Rit dye. Can't really remember how I got there, but wish I would have done a whole yard because I really do like the effect of that. So what I'm doing with this is I'm just taking bits of that sampler and just kind of making my own up. But since I do really like this, someday I want to make the entire sampler. Next we have another mirror up. I think before that we probably should take a break and maybe see the cat. You want to come see everybody, Katie? Everybody remembers, this is Katie Cat. She's my sister's cat. She lives with me though. My sister has 2 other cats and Katie doesn't really like them, so she lives with me and she's been enjoying this weather. She wants to go outside right now, but last night there was a huge horned owl in my neighbor's tree and Katie would have been a nice little snack for that owl, so she's got to stay in the she shack with me till we're finished. You might hear her hollering. So my next project is another Amirabilia, actually Nora Corbett, Thistle. I actually started her, it'll be 2 years ago in May, when my friend Jean and I stayed at the Country Sampler with Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, and Lori, textilist. Had an absolute amazing time. It was so much fun. I haven't laughed that hard in a really long time. If you've never met either those 2 or my friend Jean, they are all just so much fun to be around. A joy. So this is just a small start. I haven't stitched on it since then. I hand dyed this material. It's kind of a greenish material. It is not showing up very well. And these are the DMC colors. They're all really nice and bright. My light is kind of washing things out, but I think it would be too dark out here otherwise. So that is Thistle. Maybe if I go to this side. So I hope everybody is doing well from the pandemic. Here in South Dakota we were really blessed. We did not shut down at all. Our numbers remained low. My job puts me in close contact with a lot of people. So for the last couple months I've been in very close contact with in excess of 250 people every day, and I've been lucky enough to stay COVID free. I've been wearing a face mask almost every day. Okay, another mirror. This is Snow Days. And this mirror I actually converted to silks, and I don't have them in a nice array, but these are the colors. Let me show you the project. It's been a while since I worked on him. These are the silks, the conversion. This is being stitched on, I believe this is dapple. This is 32 count dapple by Picture This Plus. I don't know if you guys can hear the geese or not. They make me smile. I always wonder what they're saying to each other out there. This is another one that I need to really get back to. Now that Christmas is past, if I start now, maybe I'll get it done by Christmas 2021. This is Otanenbaum by Brenda Gervais. I did change these colors to purples and yellows and browns because I'm a Minnesota Viking fan. So this is my Minnesota Viking Santa. This is being stitched on 40 count Fossil by Picture This Plus. These are the colors I'm going to use throughout. So stay tuned. My next project is a blackbird design. I haven't seen anybody do this one in a long time either. This is Yellow Submarine. This is a great pattern. Fun colors, fun fabric. This is being stitched on cedar plank by Lakeside Linen. Here are the threads. I love the Beatles, so I love that they did a series based on Beatles songs. And this next one, I really could finish this one in a very short period of time if I worked on it. This is Winter Ice Queen of the Needles by Primitive Hair. Again, on this one I did do a piece of hand-dyed material, and I really liked the way it turned out. So I am using, I used to be a member of the Color and Cotton Club. Just the threads, not the linens. So I just picked a few colors from there to use on here. Those are the colors I picked. Kind of fun. This next one I thought I would just show you. I can't remember who the pattern is, but I was kind of doing an experiment and it was a freebie off of a website somewhere. It's a cardinal. I'm almost done. This is another piece of material that I hand dyed, but I just have a little bit left here to finishing them up. Originally I was going to try to make a strawberry out of him, but the shape did not work, so probably a little pillow, but I really do like him. Down to just a couple more patterns. This next pattern I bought a long time ago, misplaced it, bought another pattern, started stitching it, found the first pattern about 2 weeks ago. But this is Witch Witch by Lottie Da. And while I absolutely love the original, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So this is being done on a piece of 18th Century Rook by R&R Reproductions. and it is being stitched with lasagna. So I really like this orange. So that was the basis of the color selection here. Not everybody's taste, but I really do like it. Hi, Katie. What are you doing? Do you want to go back in the house? Sometimes she gets tired of being out here and wants to go inside, so she may be a little restless. She's actually eating plants right now. She really likes to eat the spider plants, and I know that they say they can be toxic to cats, but she enjoys it and she's still doing okay, so I'll let her have her little garden salad today. So, one of my favorite designers, I think it's no mystery, is Kathy Barrick. This was one of her carriage house patterns. This is called The Birds and the Bees. I mean, look at that deer. I just really love this pattern, and unfortunately I have not done much on it. I'm doing this on Picture This Plus Ren. I've just got a little bit started in the upper corner. I'm using needlepoint silks. Usually if she calls for silks, I try to use silks. And I'm absolutely holding that upside down. See how long it's been? So it's actually upside down. There's the right side up. And this is just this small urn down there. But I do love that. So I'm looking forward to going on a little bit of a Carriage House Kathy Barrick binge and working on quite a few projects. I did just make a major purchase with a lot of patterns. This one I absolutely need to finish. I've been working on this one forever, and with my mistake, sometimes it's just a little bit too overwhelming to try to get it finished. This is Mary Cotton. This is my serial killer. I have mentioned it in a previous video, but Mary Cotton actually was the first woman serial killer in England, and so she was termed the Black Widow. So if you're ever wondering where that's from, it's Mary Cotton. I don't know if that was the intention of this pattern, but I like to think it was, because I really like that story. So this is Mary Cotton. My mistake is right here between the two of them. I put her 6 rows this way too far, so there's not enough space in here. He's holding a bouquet of flowers and she's got a bird cage. So what I'm probably going to do is put a little beaker in her hand, like a little beaker of poison, since that was the way she did away with her husbands and children and the rest of her victims, is she poisoned them. And this I'm also doing with needlepoint silks. Hard to see, but there are a lot of different colors in here, and I do store my silks in floss away bags because they tend to get fuzzy if they're rubbing against their other fibers. So that's Mary Cotton. This next one I started this one not that long ago, maybe in October, and once I started it I just couldn't stop. This is Garden Glade. Again, I am stitching her with the called for silks. And she is just really fun. This is on Meadow Rue, 40 count. Obviously the favorite part is the trees. That is the most awesome combination. Absolutely just love that. So that is the Garden Glade. So last but not least is another Carriage House Samplings. This one's actually designed by Marty Barrick. This is Oh Shenandoah. probably for obvious reasons I really like this, because it talks about the Missouri River. And this is a nice, easy, fun stitch also. And this is being stitched on Legacy. Yes, picture this plush Legacy 40 count. And the palette of colors is just really cool. Nice blues, nice purple colors. So I am down to my last rip. This is one I started last Friday. And this I am stitching along with my friend Jean. And a couple months ago, I bought us the newest Blackbird, Winds of Autumn. This is a fantastic, fantastic pattern book. Love everything in here. But we picked out this one. This one is called First Winter's Autumn. Love this bird. Absolutely love this bird. And we started this and I literally couldn't put it down. So I've worked on it for a couple days. I am using all DMC with the exception of 2 hand-dyed colors, 2 hand-dyed threads. The bird is done with molasses, and then the greenery is done with palomino. But there he is, and there's the colors. Here are the 2 hand dyes. It's really washing out. This is a R&R Reproductions Abacusarian, if I say that correctly. But he is just really, really cool. Just absolutely love him. So those are my whips. I hope you could follow along okay. I hope you enjoyed that. Finally, a botanical moment from the She Shack. Today I'm going to talk just a little bit about a jade plant. So when my jade plants shed their leaves, blossoms, they have a nice end on them like this. Anytime one falls out, I don't throw it away. I actually just put it into a pot of something else. So here's my piece of jade. He's probably been in there just a couple of weeks. So I just take these other ones and just find some dirt and just kind of bury him down there. And then just give him a little drink of water and let him set. After a little while, maybe a month, 6 weeks, your jade plant will start to grow and he'll get to be about that big. Again, I combine all of my different plants. This is actually an Easter lily that's deciding that he wants to start blooming. And then I have the jade plant in back. So any place that I have dirt, I stick different plants in there and then I'll transplant them into a different pot. But so you'll see from one little leaf of the jade plant, I just put it in some dirt. He starts to grow a little bit more. This guy is maybe 6 months old. I literally forget about them and then look back and can't believe that I have a big jade plant. So progressively, just watch them grow. This jade plant is about 5 years old. He started out with just one of those single little leaves and has grown into this. I also have another substantial jade tree that is out of range of my camera, but jade is a really nice air plant. It's kind of particular, doesn't like to be real wet, but it's really pretty hardy, sturdy, gives you great oxygen in your air, and is just an amazing plant to look at. All kinds of different beautiful structures come on those. You'll see a little plant growing there. But this is jade. So if you do ever get a jade plant and the leaves fall off, just put them in a little bit of dirt and eventually you'll have a beautiful big plant like this to enjoy and help cleanse your air. She likes to fake that she hates it, but she's purring. She loves it. Say goodbye to everybody, Katie. Say goodbye. live from the She Shack with Donna and Katie. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and thank you for watching.